Mhm. I just wanted to know who the venture capitalists are. Yeah. Having spent so much time on these batteries, could you tell me who owns the lithium? Who is it that wants all these charging stations? Now, it would seem to me stupid, right? If everybody's going to have an electric car, yeah, why would I invest in any technology? Who has the actual ownership of all the mines that are going to manufacture all the electric vehicles that are going to go to all the charging stations? Now, I realize that we all have cell phones, right? And there's a small battery in this cell phone. Yes. And then we all have laptops and we all have tablet PCs, right? And then somebody's manufacturing all those batteries, right? But we're all going to drive electric cars because you're concerned about a pollution. We're going green. Isn't that right? We're going green. Phew. Now, I have a few innovations that involve the wobbler, yes, and the ice cube, yes, and certain ways of using salt fusion, yeah. hmm And you want to obstruct my innovations that don't require charging stations, then actually put small generators on the wheels as they turn around. Yes, you're driving your car. You're going maybe 25 miles per hour. I can make small electric generators that store the electricity as the wheels turn. Yep. And you can discharge that into the actual electric grid and get paid for driving your vehicle. Now it seems dumb, okay? You're absolutely sure lithium ion. Now, I know there's probably a picture of a car here someplace. Yes. Let's say that each one of us has a fossil fuel vehicle. Yeah. And they all have four wheels, right? And we put a small electric generator in all of them. Yes. And instead of using a chargeable lithium ion battery, we make it out of some sort of salts, recycled material, and old three-tab roofing material. And you plug it in when you get home and you discharge all the electricity and you get paid to drive your vehicle. Now, as much as you think that well, why would a society, yes, decide to use charging stations to charge up the battery? Yes, when the wheels go round. Now, I'm kind of thinking, okay, since I know how a generator works, yes, and it requires some turning motion, yep. And it doesn't have to be all copper, does it? Nope. And you can make it out of recycled metals. I redesigned the electrical system of an actual house. I dislike the use of copper. I can use smelted material at approximately 1500 to 2000 degrees. Some old junk car that you just throw in there. Throw a whole bunch of desalinated salt at approximately 2000 degrees. Yes. I smelter it to a temperature so that it's very bendable. Yes. And then I put a little, well, we're stuck on copper. Now let's look at making little generators out of all recycled materials. Yes. That attach to the actual wheels of the vehicle as it goes round and round and round, and see how much electricity could be produced. And then you just need, I call it the cube. Yes. It's made from recycled roofing material. And it has a desalinated, it's kind of like a little ball of desalinated salt in there. Yes. You run the electricity from the four tires into that, stores it up. Then you put a plug into it, and you plug it into your outlet when you get home, discharging the car. And then they pay you for it. It's electricity. Now, if I looked at all the automobiles throughout the whole world, yes, we decided we were going with this. Is that right? We're going to go with the battery? Yep. Could you tell me in 20 years from now exactly what the world supply of lithium is going to be? Why are we building charging stations for vehicles that need to store electricity instead of building small electric generators that produce electricity right now? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me that? Why don't you tell me the raw ingredients, right, of a cell phone battery? Exactly how much of the actual resources necessary to continue to manufacture as we are will exist 20 years from now if everybody's going electric vehicle. Now, I redesigned well, there's a piston motor, yes, and then there's the rotary motor. Yep. I put a little wobbler generator in there and I created a greater efficiency and horsepower of the rotary motor because of the explosiveness, yes, of the actual rotary motor. Now I can put some little electric generators on the tires. Right. I could keep some sort of a, well, it's not really a battery. It just transfers the electricity generated to like a fuse box. Yep. And it goes to each of the plugs in the rotary motor. And it causes this huge sparking effect that completely gets rid of all the fumes of the fuel that you're using, causing a vehicle to maybe travel 100 to 150 miles per gallon. Now, I know. How much is it going to cost to manufacture a motor that does use electricity because of the movement of the vehicle? Yeah, yeah, yeah.